Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets buried in corporate filings. Today we're diving into SWK Holdings Corporation's latest 8K report, and let's just say there is a merger brewing that could shake things up. So, what exactly is this report all about? Well, it is about a big step forward in a deal that was announced back in October. SWK Holdings Corporation, or SWPH as you'll see it, has been working on merging with Runway Growth Finance Corp. Through a series of transactions. Think of it as two companies coming together to form one bigger entity. And the big news in this report is that on the 2nd of December of 2025, they got a crucial green light. The Bureau of Competition at the US Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, gave them early approval for this merger under a law called the Hart-Scott-Rodino Antitrust Improvements Act. Now, what does that fancy name mean? It basically means the government looked at the deal and said, okay, we don't see any major problems that would harm competition. This is a big hurdle cleared, as it is one of the conditions that needs to be met for the merger to actually happen. But, and there is always a but, this deal isn't a done deal yet. It still hinges on a few other things. The most important one mentioned here is that SWK Holdings Corporation's own shareholders, the people who own pieces of the company, need to approve the merger agreement. So, stockholders, your vote counts. They're also expecting the whole thing to wrap up sometime in the first quarter of 2026. Now, like any good corporate filing, there is a whole section dedicated to what they call forward-looking statements. This is essentially a big disclaimer where they tell you, hey, we're talking about future stuff here and things might change. They list out a bunch of potential risks and uncertainties that could affect the merger. It includes things like whether they can actually close the deal on time, or at all if they will achieve the expected cost savings and benefits from combining, and even the possibility of other companies trying to swoop in with their own offers. It is a necessary part of these filings, but it underscores the fact that even with approvals, the future is never completely certain in the corporate world. They also talk a lot about a document called the Proxy Statement Prospectus. This is the big information package that SWK Holdings Corporation will send to its shareholders. It is going to be packed with details about the merger, why it is happening, and why shareholders should vote yes. They're urging everyone to read it carefully. And it is going to be filed with the SEC, so if you are really into the nitty-gritty, you can find it on the SEC's website or on SWK Holdings and Runway Growth Finance's websites. It is essentially the official playbook for the shareholder vote. And then there is the part about participants in the solicitation. This is a heads up that the people running both companies, their executives, and some of their employees might be actively involved in convincing shareholders to vote in favor of the merger. They've filed information about who these key people are in other related documents. So if you are curious about who is lobbying for this deal, you can look that up too. Some of these documents have already been filed, like proxy statements for their annual meetings earlier in 2025. Finally, the report wraps up with the exhibits. The most interesting one here for a lot of you watching is Exhibit 104, the cover page interactive data file. This is essentially the machine-readable version of the report, important for financial systems and analysis, but probably not something you'll be reading for pure entertainment. Alright, let's talk about what this all means. On the surface, this is a positive development for SWK Holdings Corporation and its planned merger with Runway Growth Finance Corp. The FTC's early termination of the waiting period is a significant regulatory hurdle cleared. This suggests that the government doesn't foresee major antitrust issues, which is good news for the deal's progression. However, we can't ignore the remaining uncertainties. The approval by SWK Holdings stockholders is a critical next step. If shareholders don't vote in favour, the entire deal could scupper. Also, the mention of potential competing offers highlights that even though this path seems clear, the M&A landscape can be dynamic. The company's leadership is clearly working to secure this merger, signaling their belief in the strategic benefits of combining these two entities. Looking at the broader strategy, this merger likely aims to create a larger, more diversified financial entity. For SWK Holdings, which has been involved in various investment strategies, joining forces with Runway Growth Finance, a company focused on growth stage investments, could unlock new opportunities and synergies. Potential benefits could include expanded market reach, shared resources, and a stronger financial position to pursue future investments. The risks are also, well, articulated management's attention being diverted from ongoing operations is a real concern during merger processes. The successful integration of two companies is a complex undertaking, and failure to achieve anticipated synergies or unexpected integration costs could negatively impact the combined entity's performance. Also, any shareholder litigation related to the merger could lead to significant legal expenses. In conclusion, SWK Holdings Corporation is on track for a significant merger, but the finalization hinges on key approvals and successful integration. The FTC's go ahead is a strong positive signal But the company and its shareholders will be watching closely as the shareholder vote approaches. The successful completion of this merger could mark a new chapter for SWK Holdings, potentially leading to enhanced growth and a stronger market presence. Alright, that is our deep dive into SWK Holdings Corporation's latest filing. What is your take on this potential merger and what it could mean for the company's future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If this breakdown was helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more corporate insights. And don't forget to join our Discord community, linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.